Alright, so let's go ahead and start talking about the next skill level. So we are in Skills 2, Level 1, and today we're going to go ahead and talk about what's called the triangle angle sum theorem. Okay, so our goal is to go ahead and find the angle measurements in a triangle. And we've already talked about this, but we know that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is just equal to 180 degrees, right? And we know that the sum means that we are adding. Okay, we've already talked about this, but let's go ahead and draw a picture. Here's my triangle. Let's say that this is angle A, angle B, and angle C. Right, and we know that if we added them all up, so angle A plus angle B plus angle C, right, that's just going to equal to 180 degrees. So this is what we want to go by when we're talking about finding now the angle measurements of a triangle. Right, so again, the angle sum theorem, it says that the measures of the interior angles, guys, interior angles just means the angles inside the triangle. And we know that it has to equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so like for an example, we can have, I don't know, 30 degrees, 80 degrees, what is that, 110 degrees? Okay, so what's left is a 70 degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and do example A and B. So it says find the measure of angle B. Just to put in some practice, I'm going to go and put X for angle B. Okay, and when we're finding that measurement, we have to go ahead and create an equation, right? Just from above, I'm going to go ahead and take my X, I'm going to add my other two angles of 50 and 60, and I'm going to equal it to 180. Right, and then we're solving for X. So X plus 50 plus 60, those are my like terms. This becomes X plus 110 is equal to 180. I'm trying to get X by itself, so I am going to go ahead and subtract 110 on both sides. X is equal to 70. So in this case, angle B is 70 degrees. Again, when you guys are writing out your answers, don't forget your little degree symbol. Okay. Same thing as part B. I'm going to go ahead and create an equation. I'm going to say X plus 140 plus 30 is equal to 180. Right, I'm going to go ahead and add my two like terms, 140 plus 30. This becomes X plus 170 is equal to 180. Right, I'm just solving for X, so I'm going to go and subtract 170 on both sides. We know that X is equal to 10. So in this case, angle B is equal to 10 degrees. Okay, that's it. All we're doing is going to go ahead and create an equation, and then we're solving for our missing angle measurement. So if you guys go ahead and flip the page, page 8, here are 6 example problems. I guess the tricky one is example E and maybe example C. So let's first go through A through F, and then we'll go ahead and talk about C and E. Okay, so example A, it's asking us to go ahead and find the measurement of angle 1. So we got to be careful. This is the measurement of angle 1. This is not 1 degrees. So just to make practice, I'm going to go and put X over there. And same exact thing, I'm going to go and create an equation. X plus 92 plus 30 is equal to 180. I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to add my two numbers together. I have X plus, what's 92 plus 30? 122 is equal to 180. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract both sides by 122. So X is equal to 58 degrees. So measurement of angle 1 is equal to 58 degrees. Right, example B, what is my big giveaway? Right, this angle right here is 90 degrees. So same exact thing, I'm going to put my X. I'm going to say X plus 67 plus 90 is equal to 180. Now I'm going to go and solve. So X plus 67, that is 157, is equal to 180. Subtract 157 on both sides. You get X is equal to 23. So the measurement of angle 1 is 23 degrees. Okay. Let's skip down to part D. Same exact thing. I see that there's measurement of angle 1, so I'm going to go and put my x right there. I'm going to say x plus 30 is equal to 180. I'm going to draw my line. 30 plus 30, we know, is just 60. So I'm really subtracting 60 from 180. X is equal to 120 degrees. Okay. I'm going to go and skip down to part F. And again, you guys might get super good at this where you don't have to go ahead and create the equation, right? You could just think, okay, what's 60 plus 90? 60 plus 90 is equal to 150. So I'm going to think, okay, 180 minus 150. That gives me 30 degrees, right? So you guys might be able to go ahead and figure it out just using mental math. But again, I always like going ahead and create an equation. Let's just go ahead and see if my answer was correct. There's my equation, x plus 60 plus 90 is equal to 180. So I get x plus 60 plus 90, which is 150, is equal to 180. And then I have to go and subtract both sides by 150. And it looks like 180 minus 150 is equal to 30. So we were correct. Okay, we got all the easy ones out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at part C. Part C, what kind of triangle is this? It looks like we have 3 of the same angles. So that means that this is x, and this is x. So if I have 3 equal angles, we know that this is an equiangular triangle, right? So that means if I have 3 x's, I'm going to add them together, equal it to 180. We should already know this like special number. But we're going to get 3x is equal to 180, divide both sides by 3, x is equal to 60. That is my lucky number. Whenever it's equiangular, right, all 3 angles are the same, it's just going to be 60 degrees. Okay, but we already knew that. It is part E that might be a little bit tricky. When you guys are adding in your interior angles, we are looking at the angles inside my triangle. So right now, it looks like we have 81. We have x, what we're trying to find. And we don't know this other angle, so I have to go and find it. Okay, but we do know we have an outside angle. This is called an exterior angle. So you can make the note that. Exterior angle, right? It is outside my triangle, right? And this creates a straight line with my unknown angle, right? So going back to last semester, what is the relationship between this angle and this angle? If it creates a straight line, right? We know that straight lines, they equal to 180, right? But we also know that these 2 angles, these are our supplementary angles. You guys remember that? Supplementary. Okay, so I know that, okay, or if we were to go ahead and draw it out like this, right, this is my unknown angle, here's my 116 degrees. I know that this whole entire thing is equal to 180. So I'm really doing 180 minus 116, and that gives me an unknown angle, which is 64 degrees. So this guy is 64 degrees. So now I have enough to go ahead and find my missing angle of x. So same exact thing, I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I know x plus my new angle of 64 plus 81 is equal to 180, and then I can go and solve for x. So I get x plus 64 plus 81, that's 145, is equal to 180. Subtract 145 both sides, I get x is equal to 35. So that means angle 1 is equal to 35 degrees. Okay. So you might see in the future there, my inside angles, there's not enough information, right? I only have one known angle, and the x is what I'm trying to find. So I don't really know what this angle is right here. But I do have an outside angle. So I can use supplementary angles, right, which equals to 180, subtract it with my known outside angle to give me my interior angle, which I needed to find my x. Okay, so you might see this problem in the future. Just a heads up. Alright, and that is notes today, guys.